Hey, it's MJ from the Selling the ATL Studios, and today I'm not going to give you any stories about Steve Jobs or any metaphors about 5-foot worms. I'm just going to get right into the next sales killer, which is sales killer number 3, which is price. So you've probably heard the adage, real estate is location, location, location. Well, I believe that if you have the first 2 sales killers that we talked about locked down, it's actually price, price, price. But the thing about price, even for somebody like me who studies the market all the time and does this all the time, pricing is tough. And then every now and then, one will get away from me, and sometimes it'll sell for way more than I think it probably should have, and sometimes it'll sell for way less than I think it probably should have. And if anybody tells you that doesn't happen to them, then they're probably not either telling you the truth, or they're probably not selling very many houses, because if you sell enough houses, that happens to you, and there's just no way around that. But there are 3 things that I use as kind of my legs of a stool for pricing the listings that I sell. And so I'm going to share those with you right now if you want to write them down. The first is you want to make sure that you price it right out of the gate. You have about 80% of the people who are going to come look at your house come in the first 30 days. So if your price is crazy out of price, then they're not even going to make an offers on it. I know you're probably thinking, well, I want to make it higher so that way they can negotiate down, because that's what people are going to do. And maybe there is some truth to that, but the fact is that if you're grossly overpriced, they're just not going to make an offer. So you've just wasted that showing, and they're just going to move on, and they're going to make an offer on another house that's a little bit closer to what it should be valued at. So make sure your house is priced right out of the gate. It's very important. The second thing to know is that there are things that affect the price of your house that are not even inside your house. So you may have Italian granite, or you may have Egyptian carpet, but it doesn't really matter, because there are things that are outside your house you can't control, and that is stuff like competition. So what other houses are on the market and what are they going for? What houses have just sold and how much did they sell for? Interest rates. If the interest rates go up, it reduces the borrowing power for buyers, so they're not going to be able to afford your house like they once would. So those things are outside of your house, but they do affect the price of your house. So you have to keep those in mind. Don't stress about them, but you just have to keep them in mind. And then the third part of the stool, or third leg of the stool, is it doesn't matter what you think your house is worth. And I know that hurts. I know that when I'm sitting across the table from somebody and I tell them that, they often look at me like I just slapped them. But the fact is, it doesn't matter what you think your house is worth, and it really doesn't matter what I think your house is worth, as I just mentioned a couple seconds ago. It matters what the market thinks your house is worth, and the market's going to decide what the value of your house is. Now, you can decide whether or not you want to sell at that value, but the market decides. You don't get to decide. I don't get to decide. It's 100% the market. So keep those 3 things in mind when you're pricing. And like I said, it is tough. And I always tell people it's like driving a car forward, but looking in the rear view mirror. And what I mean by that is, and I just realized I just used another metaphor, so I'm sorry about that. I guess I can't help myself, but it was a good metaphor, so pay attention. So it's like driving your car forward, like I was saying, and you're trying to figure out what the price of your house is going to be, but you have to look in your rearview mirror, because you have to see what the house next door sold for, or you have to see the one across the street, or even in the next street over, because like I said, that's going to affect the value of your house in the eyes of the bank, so you have to know that. So, like I said, driving forward with your rearview mirror, it's tough. Pricing is tough. There's really not much you can do to get around it, except pay attention to what's happening in the market, and also getting ready and being ready to adjust your pricing quickly. Because like I said, in that first 30 days, you're going to have 80% of the showings. If you're not getting people to come see your house, or if they're not making offers, your house is priced over what it should be according to what the market thinks. So you need to make sure that you're ready to correct the price to get it down to where it needs to be, so that you're able to get offers, hopefully multiple offers. And trust me, I know that that's counterintuitive, by dropping the price that you're going to get more money, but it does happen. That's how it works. When you get to the point where it's low enough where the market thinks it's worth, then you'll likely get multiple offers, and sometimes that'll even drive the price up. So like I said, pricing's tough. If you keep those 3 things in mind, you'll have a little bit better chance of not falling into the sales killer number 3 trap. But either way, it is a tough thing to do. So just keep that in mind. So thanks again for coming back for this one. You should be getting the sales killer number 4 here shortly, and I look forward to talking to you then. This is MJ from Selling the ATL, and I'm out.